All right, everyone, if I could have your attention, please. And, of course, to the staff, I told them earlier they keep, clearing plates and everything. And if you need something else to drink while the program's going on, please feel free to do what you need to do. This is one of those formal, informal type things, okay? So I want everybody to enjoy themselves tonight. For the main part of our program here, I'm going to turn it over real quickly to our MC for the night, the voice of the Highlanders, Mr. Parker Prophet.
I am also a lot shorter than Coach Williams. First off, before we do anything else, we need to say thank you to the folks that have put us here to have this banquet. I didn't get to go to GP, unfortunately. One of the poor decisions my parents made raising me. There weren't many, but that was one of them. And where I went to school, we did the banquet in the cafeteria. So y'all, this ain't typical. This ain't normal. Just be very thankful. There's a lot of good folks that take care of a really good football team. When I was getting ready to do this, when Coach contacted me, I got to kind of rolling through my notes of conversations I'd had this year. I was listening back to some broadcasts. I was watching Rob and Marty, trying to find something that you could kind of look at and really put this team together. And a conversation I had with a man named Woody Sowen is the one that really brought it together for me. I was watching the Meigs County game, and Rob and Woody did an interview pregame, and I almost skipped it. But I figured I may as well watch this because I'm typically doing pregame. I don't get to talk with them. And they're talking about Woody's days at Ole Miss and his days playing for Coach Hammonds. And Woody said something that was, it's simple, but people don't understand it. It's been lost in sports. He says, you can't buy championships. You have to work at it. And that's all this team did. I mean, this is a team that all they did was work. If you came in there and you thought you were bigger, cool, we're going to go to work. You thought you were faster, cool, we're going to go to work. You're better than us, you can run gap scheme better, your safeties are good. This guy's going to USC and top 300 player in the country, cool, they're going to work. And that's just what this team did all year long. We're in an age of sports now. At the college level, you have the transfer and the NIL, and there's not a whole lot of love for the game. It becomes a business, and there's a place for that, and I understand it. This is the last level where there's love for the game, that y'all are just doing it because you want to be here. And in a place like Gatlinburg, you can tell, talking to these coaches, talking to these players, talking to people around the program like Scotty, like Mike, like Greg, that there is a love for this team, this program, and this game. And I am so proud that we've been able to do this, do the radio with y'all for 5 years and get to be around and get to kind of be a part of this community and watch how this team and how these young people have grown. And this group of seniors were freshmen the second year we did radio. So first year I really didn't know what I was doing. This is the first group where I've been equipped to handle a full football season and kind of had it figured out. So this is a very special group to me, as it is to all of us, and a very special group of young people. And while there were great big moments, and we can talk about all the moments, and we can talk about the general feel, or as I've been educated by the young people to say the aura of this football team, we got to look at the numbers. And when you look at their 4 years, not just this past season, but 4 years, it's mind-blowing. I mean, it's stuff that no other GP team has done, and not a lot of teams in the state have done. They have the longest winning streak in school history. They have the most wins in a single season. They have the most playoff wins. They are 45-9 all time. 26-3 at home, 10-4 in the playoffs, and they played, out of 54 games, they played 22 ranked teams, because, we don't schedule anybody. That's a big thing with everyone. And they were 17-5, and every one of them 5 won a state title. The talent these guys have and played with, 15 All-State guys. 4 of those guys were 2-time All-State, 10 region award winners, 2 Mr. Football semifinalists, 7 seniors out of just this group played in All-Star games, 2 seniors won All-Star game MVPs, 2 countywide players of the year, 8 countywide player of the year finalists, 2 region titles, and they were the first group to go to a state championship. That right there is something. That's something you don't see a lot. Some teams that we probably don't necessarily like, but we're going to like these numbers. They never lost to these teams. They took the field against these teams multiple times, never got beat. These groups never got the best of them. They were 6-0 against Unicoi, ended their season twice. They were 4-0 against Seymour, which just feels great. They were 4-0 against Austin East. I think they're the second GP group to have ever done that. They were 3-0 against Kingston. Every single time was in the playoffs. To beat a team 3 times in your high school career is great. To do it 3 times with the careers of their seniors on the line, even better. And they were 1-0 against Northview. In these games, I'll get to that in a minute. In these games, they won a combined 655 to 182. And there's one more big statement I want to make about the numbers. They are 5-0 against teams that wear orange and black, and they call them the Tigers. Before I get into just calling off names, I do want to talk about the character of these guys. I go to a lot of media meetings, and every meeting I go to, they're looking for a story. They're looking for somebody to talk about what's going to get people to click on this, read this, buy this, whatever. And I thought going into this offseason, I'm going to go to all these media meetings and, we're bringing back all-state running back, all-state middle linebacker. All these seniors played a ton their junior year. We're bringing back a crew. I'm going to go in there and they're going to talk about us like we're the Dallas Cowboys. And I got in there and no one had anything to say about GP. Well, you don't play nobody, you're in a bad district, this and that, so on and so forth. And the year goes on, and I start texting folks, hey, we're 6-0, we're 7-0. And not just 6-0, 7-0, oh, we're winning by 3 points. They were beating people to sleep. And we get to the first round of the playoffs. Well, my phone starts buzzing from all the media text. Hey, what do you think about Kingston? What do you think about this? I think y'all are going to get beat. You ain't got nothing for Kingston. Well, that running back ran 30 times for 30 yards. They had something for Kingston. Next week, you're not going to beat the Mr. Football semifinalists. Next week, well, Meigs County's just better than y'all. Next week, look at all the talent Tyner's got. These guys just showed up. They played assignment sound football. They played for each other. They didn't care that it was cold. They didn't care about who was going where. It was just a group of guys that wanted to play good football, and I loved watching it. And that's something that I think, give these young men just a round of applause for how they reacted, how they played. Nothing got them down. They just kept going. And I do have to mention this. This may or may not have been told to me a number of times by a great friend. The offensive line only gave up 2 sacks all year. I'll take the 20 in the parking lot. Just thank you. We're going to call out some of our guys. We're going to recognize the whole team. We're going to start with the freshmen. First off, number 13, linebacker and tight end Tyler Meredith. Number 14, quarterback Ben Seavey. Number 20, linebacker and running back Lucas Williamson. Number 23, defensive back and wide receiver Carver Stanfield. Number 24, linebacker and running back Jackson Ramsey. Number 25, linebacker and tight end Colt Phillips. Number 30, defensive back and wide receiver Levi Frank. Number 40, tight end and defensive end Clyde Vance. Number 70, defensive line and offensive line, that is Colin Garrett. Number 74, D-line and offensive line, Chris Johnson. Number 75, defensive line and offensive line, Wyatt Williams. And number 76, linebacker and offensive lineman, Lyle Profit. And let's hear it for that group of freshmen. Next, we're going to recognize our sophomore class. Defensive back, wide receiver, and punter, Hayden Schultz. Linebacker and tight end, Caleb Mann. Linebacker and running back, Preston McCarter. Your kicker, Dylan Plate. Defensive line and offensive line, Gavin Rose. Number 77, linebacker and offensive line, Daniel Thomas. Sophomores, you did great, but find some friends to come with you next year. Now, our junior class. This is a junior class that was thrust into action early their sophomore year and kind of took some lumps in the 24 season, but we saw everything it did for them this past year and looking for a big year out of these guys next year. Number 2, quarterback, Tyson Sutton. Number 3, running back and defensive back, Braden Maples. Number 6, wide receiver and defensive back, Jackson Savarese. Number 8, defensive back and wide receiver, John Cohane. Number 11, defensive line and tight end, that is Elijah Valentine. Number 13, defensive back and wide receiver, that is Cam Attree. Number 27, defensive back and wide receiver, that is Eli Mueling. Number 54, linebacker and offensive line, that is Corey Burns. Number 55, defensive line and offensive line, that is Tanner Green. Number 56, linebacker and offensive line, Jackson Younger. Number 64, defensive line and offensive line, that is Reagan Ramsey. And number 65, a young man who is often the most excited player on the field, defensive line and offensive line, that's Oscar Hernandez. I know we've got a lot of great seniors, but looking at that list, I feel pretty solid about next year. No pressure, guys. We're going to go through our awards next. When you play 15 games and you are playing the first week in December, you have a lot of guys win a lot of awards, and rightfully so. First up, we're going to start with the All-County as selected by the Mountain Press, not your local radio team. Again, that is as selected by the Mountain Press. Any grievances can be taken up with them, not me. Offense, running back, number 3, Braden Maples. Running back, number 1, Cecilio Rodriguez. Running back, wide receiver, number 18, Elijah Spence. Offensive tackle, number 51, Hunter Matthews. And quarterback, number 2, Tyson Sutton. Defense, linebacker, number 56, that is Jackson Younger. Safety, that is number 8, John Cohane. Defensive end, number 53, Luke Stewart. And linebacker and your county-wide Defensive Player of the Year, number 88, Craig Husky. We're going to do our all-region team. This is selected by the head coaches of Region 1 3A. Your second team, number 11, defensive end of Elijah Valentine. Number 62, offensive guard Kyler Hooper. Number 65, center Oscar Hernandez. Number 5, outside linebacker Andrew Goins. Number 57, offensive guard, Dalton Cox. And that is your all-region second team. Academic all-region is number 19, that is Nathan Williams. Your first team all-region, number 2, quarterback Tyson Sutton. Number 56, linebacker Jackson Younger. Number 18, wide receiver, Elijah Spence. Number 6, wide receiver, Jackson Savarese. Number 1, running back Cecilio Rodriguez. Number 4, outside linebacker Leonard Pack, the Pirate of Pearl Valley. Number 51, offensive tackle Hunter Matthews. Number 8, defensive back John Cohane. And number 7, defensive back Nathan Allen. We have some individual awards in the region as well. Co-lineman of the year went to number 53, Luke Stewart. Co-offensive player of the year went to number 3, running back Braden Maples. And co-defensive player of the year went to number 88, Craig Husky. And that's your all-region team. Now we had a school record. I think this is, well, in my research, this is the most guys selected to the All-State team in a single year that the school's ever had. If I'm wrong, you're welcome to tell me. The All-State team as selected by the Tennessee Sports Writers Association and the Tennessee Football Coaches Association. Up first, quarterback, number 2, Tyson Sutton. Number 8, junior safety, John Cohane. Number 3, junior running back, Braden Maples. Number 51, senior offensive tackle, Hunter Matthews. Number 18, senior wide receiver, Elijah Spence. And number 88, senior linebacker, Craig Husky. And those are your members of the Sports Writers Association and the Football Association's All-State team. We have one special presentation. This is an award that I think this is the first time anyone at Gatlinburg-Pittman has won it. This is something that is well-deserved. There's been a lot of work put into this award, and it's probably taken many, many years of learning to earn this award. The Tennessee Football Coaches Association would like to recognize the Class 3A Assistant Coach of the Year, Defensive Coordinator, Coach Jimmy Rowland. It's like the song says, you can tug on Superman's cape, you can spit into the wind, you can pull the mask off the old Ranger, but you don't mess around with Jim. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. I'm going to turn it over to our city manager and mayor, Mr. Greg Patterson and Mr. Mike Werner. That's their part-time jobs. Their real jobs being the PA and the spotter. But I'm going to turn it over to them.
Good evening, coaches, family, friends, and players. What a great night. If I could, would any former player or coach or anybody who's been affiliated with the program, would you please stand just for a second? Let's give them a round of applause. And the reason I asked them to stand, because I'm one of those former players, just like they were. And just as the night when you all went to the state and we sat in that box and sobbed, you guys as players don't realize what you did. What you did was thousands of players for over 60 years couldn't do it, but you guys did it. Seniors, you'll know next year when you come to the thicket, you'll feel and know what you did. And I'm proud. This city's proud. This mayor's proud. Your community is proud. You did something special. You rejuvenated this community They came on Friday nights to watch you play, and you played well every single week. Every time when you guys would get down and we would wonder, oh gosh, where's this going? You never quit. And I am so proud. And do that as adults in your life. Know as an adult, when you get married, when you work, you remember this season. You never quit what you do. You work hard every single day, and you'll get that championship because you are our champions. So on behalf of the city, we want to give you a proclamation. I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Werner, but thank you. Thank you on behalf of all the city, all the employees in this community. We are super proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. You know, I'll never forget driving into the old high school, which is now the junior high. Coach Hammond stopped me and he said, "Would you do the PA?" I was so honored, so taken back. I was thrilled. And Greg and I have the best time Friday nights. You talk about Friday night lights. We get so excited up there, and you guys have just made our lives so happy. Thank you very much. I've got a proclamation from the city that I'm honored to read to you guys, to you coaches, parents, friends. And this is from the Office of the Mayor, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, proclamation. Whereas the Gatlinburg-Pittman High School Highlanders football team delivered a historic and memorable 2025 season, exemplifying excellence, sportsmanship, perseverance, and pride for their school and community. As the Highlanders completed an undefeated regular season, captured the Region 1 3A championship, and made a historic run through the TSSAA Class 3A playoffs to advance to the state championship game. And whereas the Gatlinburg-Pittman High School Highlanders completed a perfect 10-0 regular season, earning the Region 1 3A championship, highlighted by a thrilling road victory at Unicoi County. Whereas the Highlanders marched through the TSSAA Class 3A playoffs was impressive and hard fought as Gatlinburg-Pittman opened postseason play with a dominant 31-0 victory over Kingston in the first round, and whereas the Highlanders continued their playoff run with a convincing 35-14 win over Forest in the second round, followed by a dramatic 34-30 victory over Biggs County in the state quarterfinals, whereas Gatlinburg-Pittman made school history by defeating Tyner Academy 23-20 in the state semifinals, advancing to the state championship game for the first time in the program's history. Let's hear it for that. Whereas the Gatlinburg-Pittman High School Highlanders concluded the 2025 season as state runner-up in the TSSAA Class 3A, making one of the most successful and memorable seasons ever achieved by the football's program. And we thank you so much for such a great season, such great memories. Whereas the Highlanders were able to accomplish this historic season through their display of tremendous drive, determination, discipline, and perseverance, which was evident throughout the team's many successes. Whereas quarterback Tyson Sutton, running back Braden Maples, wide receiver Elijah Spence, linebacker Craig Huskery, defensive back John Cohane were named to the Tennessee Sports Writers Association Class 3A All-State team for their outstanding efforts throughout the season. And whereas the Highlanders showed great play, leadership, and sportsmanship on and off the field under the guidance of head coach Tyler Williams and the Gatlinburg-Pittman coaching staff, whose dedication, commitment, and belief in these young men made for an outstanding and historic season for the Highlanders. Now, therefore, I, Mike Werner, Mayor of the City of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and on behalf of the City Commission, City Manager Greg Patterson, and other local citizens, do hereby recognize and commend the Gatlinburg-Pittman 2025 Highlanders football team and their coaches for an exceptional season a historic run to the state championship game and for their hard work, dedication, and team spirit in representing their school and community with pride. Thank you all very much.
If I could get one more round of applause for our city manager, Greg Patterson, our mayor, Mike Warner. You know you're at a special place when you can get two guys who are as busy as they are and have as much to do to come around and fool with your football program like they do. And it'd be tough to accomplish what we're able to accomplish with that support of men like this. And we're so appreciative. Thank you, guys. I'd like to recognize a couple other people here tonight before we recognize our assistant coaches and honor our seniors. First off, Coach Benny Hammonds. Especially those of you all, Greg had asked, anybody's former player or coach to stand up. You all grown up around here know what Coach Hammonds means to us around here. But let me tell you what he means to me. I've been at places before where you have former coaches who are legendary coaches, and it kind of seems like when they're done, they don't really want your program to do as well because they don't want anybody to do better than they did. I can tell you, Coach Hammond still cares whether or not we win every football game. And he texts me every Friday and every Saturday before and after every game. And personally, his support means so much. And I really appreciate it, Coach. And I know Coach bleeds blue and gold. So thank you so much, Coach, for everything. And thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate you. I want to recognize some of the people who are able to bring you the football game when you're not able to be there. And so we've got the guys who do our YouTube broadcasts here tonight. We've got Mr. Rob Younger. Mr. Kevin Tierney. And Mr. Marty Nicely. Thank you guys for helping. I could just say on behalf of my grandmother, she's 80 years old. She can't leave the house anymore. And she doesn't miss a game. Players, you don't know it, but she calls you all her babies now. So, lots of people can't come to the game, and you all do a fantastic job bringing the game into their homes when they can't make it. And I know too, Coach Rowland goes home and watches that broadcast first thing every time. So, again, the voice of the Highlanders on the radio, and our numbers guy, he helps bring me stats before anybody else can get to them. Helps me spy on other teams by texting their radio people. He does a little bit of everything. Mr. Parker Prophet. We had a new athletic director this year. And sometimes as a coach, I could just tell you, you change principals. Again, being other places, sometimes you change principals, you change athletic directors. That can make you a little nervous, okay? But even though I love Coach Oimby and she did a great job, I wasn't nervous a bit when our new AD took over because I knew he's a former coach who knew what it takes to win and compete at a high level, and I knew he was going to support us in everything that we've done, and he has done nothing but exceed our expectations, and I appreciate him being here tonight. And, of course, with the help of his lovely wife, Fallon, but Mr. Zach Schramm. And players, I tell you guys all the time, to have an athletic director like you have, and he was unable to be here tonight, but our principal, A.J. Bennett, the men up here at this table, the people who support you the way that they support you, you guys are lucky. It's just I can't tell you because you've never been anywhere else I have. It's just not like that everywhere. And people will ask me what makes Gatlinburg-Pittman so special, and I say it's because everybody every single person, not one, not most, not 99%, every single person pulls on the same side of the rope. Parents, that's you included. And you all do such a fantastic job here helping make our job easy, and that's what has enabled us to be successful. Players, before you leave tonight, especially if you're a senior, seniors, you need to make sure and hug your mom, your dad, your grandparents, anybody who's here who's supported you this year, but seniors for 4 years. We know as coaches how hard you've worked, but they've worked hard, and they've drove 3.5 hours to Mountain City and gotten home at 2 a.m. And they've stayed late and picked you up at 6:30 when I got mad at you and ran the fool out of you and kept you extra, okay? And so parents, thank you so much for supporting your young men. Thank you for sharing them with us. I'll never fail to say that. If I get to do this banquet 20 more times, I'll say it every year. Thank you for sharing your kids with us, and we hope we've been a good influence on them, and we really appreciate the time that you allow us to spend with them. We know it's a big commitment sometimes. Trust me, I know. But we certainly do appreciate it. Players, I hope you'll appreciate it also. Really quickly, just a couple of more people I want to recognize, and then we'll bring our coaches up here to help me honor and celebrate our seniors. But we had a couple of people who, you know, when we're out there in the heat of battle, they make sure everything goes smooth. We had a team, a little bit of everything this year. Sometimes he was a filmer, sometimes he was a manager, sometimes he's running the balls down, but he did a little bit of everything to help us out and was always there to help. Nudging, make sure he's awake, Josh. Dakota Spence. Dakota, stand up. Let me clap for you. As usual, I think I put Dakota to sleep. That's how I found him in the hallway sometimes after practice. Thank you, Dakota. We appreciate you very much. Our athletic trainer, Miss Caitlin Phillips. We got Caitlin back home 2 years ago, and it didn't take her long to assimilate. She's done a fantastic job. I think one of the big reasons that we were successful this year, I will tell you again, I think what we do in the weight program is what got us to a state championship. And Caitlin, keeping those boys on the field. And we appreciate everything that you do. And I want to throw in there, too, somebody else who comes and does it just for the love of the game. I know she's back there somewhere. Hannah Schultz. Hannah, stand up. Lending a hand whenever she can, of course. I know one day, I think Jason called and said, hey, do you care if Hannah comes and helps? I'm like, yes, I want Hannah every time she could be there. And I know she helps out big time. And appreciate them very much. Couldn't do what we do without them. Here in a second, I'm going to ask our coaches staff to come up and help me bring up our seniors to say goodbye to them. But real quick, just let me say about these guys, you know, I hope you know, again, players, how lucky you are. Everywhere does not have a knowledgeable, experienced coaching staff like you guys have here. And a couple years ago when this job came open, I knew how good of a program we could have, and I had a vision for it, but that vision included the coaches that we have now. And we just wouldn't be what we are without them. Sometimes I have a difficult job. Sometimes it's a joy. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's very difficult. These guys make it easy every day. And they all play different roles in it. The way that it comes together, you saw the product of that on the field. But in addition to that, they're good men. They're good men, and I know for a fact, I don't know about me, but these guys have been good influences on your sons here. And they are a good group of guys. And big reason for our success, I'm going to bring them up now one at a time, let them help, like I said, send our seniors off. We will start with our team FCA guy, our team chaplain, Mr. Scotty Henry. Scotty, come on up. Offensive, defensive line, drives the trailer to the games. Anything else that I can come up with at the last minute to ask him to do, I always do. Coach Jason Schultz. In his second year, offensive line, Coach Bo Rowland. Defensive line, Coach Paige Yates. Defensive backs, Coach Rasheed Moore. Linebackers, Coach Roger Gentry. Wide receivers, Coach Lee Hammonds. Our offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach, Ty Marshall. And our defensive coordinator, Coach Jimmy Roll. Okay, seniors, we're going to start calling you guys up. When you come up, please, your assistant coaches are going to get you a bag here that's got some of your stuff in it. And then as I call you up, if you would please come and stand in front of or behind of your jersey right here, okay? Then I bring you up here. I'm going to try to talk good about you as hard time as I've given you here for the last 4 years, okay? So we'll start bringing you guys up. First off, our linebacker and tight end, number 88, Craig Husky. Offensive guard and defensive end, number 62, Kyler Hooper. Number 57, offensive guard and linebacker, Dalton Cox. Number 53, defensive end and offensive guard, Luke Stewart. Number 51, offensive tackle and nose guard, Hunter Matthews. Number 44, our long snapper, Andrew Bowling. Number 22, running back and linebacker, Elias Reed. Number 19, safety and wide receiver, Nathan Williams. Number 18, cornerback and wide receiver, Elijah Spence. Number 7, safety and wide receiver, Nathan Allen. Number 5, linebacker and tight end, Andrew Goins. Number 4, running back and linebacker, Leonard Pack. And last, but certainly not least, running back, linebacker, place kicker, number 1, Cecilio Rodriguez. So I know we're getting towards the end of the program, and I want to keep everybody here forever, but this to me is what it's all about. And you players that are still sitting out there, juniors, next year you'll understand, and all you young guys, you'll understand when your time comes. To me, this is special. This is graduation for our seniors. We owe them this moment in this spotlight right here, because nobody knows what it's like to have to work for 4 years in this program. It's hard. We ask a lot of these guys, a whole lot. It's a big time commitment, but it's a big physical and mental and emotional commitment to do what we ask these guys to do in this program. And wow, did these guys do a great job this year. I'm going to talk about them for just a minute here. You heard all the numbers from Parker. I mean, some of that stuff I would not have believed myself until he pointed it out. And we did it with the leadership of this group of these 13 guys standing up here on the stage. But to me, the numbers, they don't tell all the story. First off, coming out of my first year as the head coach of the program here, and I talked to these guys, it was about this time last year, the year before we had left a little something on the table. We had not won a ball game, a tight road ball game, and we wound up in a three-way tie for first that put us on the road in the playoffs. And our motto for the season, we decided last year, was going to be leave no doubt. We were going to leave no doubt that we were the best team in Region 1 3A, and that we were the best team left in East Tennessee now that Alcoa had moved on. That was what I wanted to do, but that was what these guys did. Thomas Jefferson said, if you want something you've never had, you've got to be willing to do something you've never done. And to get someplace that we had never been, to the state championship game, we were going to have to do something that we had never done. We were going to have to work harder than we worked before and come together. I was talking with a local Knoxville area media member today, and he was talking about, he said, well, Coach, how much you guys lose? And I said, we lose a lot. We lose a lot. And nobody would have looked at this group and said that they were the most talented or the biggest or the fastest. But what they brought to the table was right in here on every single one of them. These guys were not going to be outworked. They were not going to be out-toughed. And they took every bit of coaching that these guys on the stage were willing to give to them, and they took it to heart and they put it to work on that field. They made that dream come true, that dream that some of us had for a lot longer than I've been here, of playing for a state title. These guys made it happen. When I took over the program, like every head football coach, your goal is to win a state title. In some places that's harder than others, but I knew we could do it here. But you can't win a state championship until you play for one. And the people in this room know, and as Parker talked about, how much everybody outside of Gatlinburg, not just outside of our county, everybody outside of Gatlinburg doubted these guys. But they proved it week after week. And it didn't really matter what somebody on the other side of the state thought, okay, or somebody on some message board thought somewhere. This group of young men here, they squared their shoulders, they lowered their heads, and they just kept pushing. Their coachability, their unselfishness, their toughness, that's what carried us through game after game. Their resiliency will be remembered as stuff as legend here at this school. If I have it my way, this will be only the first of many state title games that we will go play in. And I know, already talking to this year's junior class, next year's seniors, that they're planning on picking up that torch and seeing how far that we can go with it. But these seniors are the ones that got us here so far. And they will always be remembered as the group of guys who kicked the door down and did what nobody else wearing the blue and gold have been able to do. For that, they will always be special, and they will always be worthy of our respect and admiration. Talking for just a minute, though, beyond their accomplishments on the field. Speaking for our staff of coaches, we're going to miss you guys. We're going to miss you terribly. And it's not because you won 14 football games, okay? Or that you could make a lot of tackles or block really well or catch football. We're going to miss your positivity. We're going to miss your great attitudes. We're going to miss your energies. I'm going to miss your smiles every day. You're a great group of young men. And you were so fun to go to work with every day. And as coaches, I know I heard from each one of your coaches say, boy, it's just a fun group to coach, a fun group to go to practice with and play with on Friday night. For you underclassmen that are sitting out there, I hope you took notes. And if you didn't, you need to sit down and think, how exactly did those guys go about their business? Because I know we got a lot of good talent coming back. But if you want to get back to where we got to this year, and maybe farther, you got to go about your business the way these guys did. And if you do, then you might be that group that takes home that gold ball. Now, seniors, one day, and I don't know, maybe it'll be next year, maybe it'll be 10 or 15 years from now. But when we finally do hold that gold ball up in the air, I want you guys to be up in the stands that day, and I want you to look down and know with pride you helped make that possible. There's no way we get back there and handle that if we didn't get where we got this year, thanks to you guys. I want to thank you for all your hard work. I want to thank you for all your time and effort. And thank you for the memories. We appreciate you so much. You'll never know. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gatlinburg-Pittman High School Football 2025 seniors. Let's hear it for these guys. What a group. What a group. Fellas, of course, I didn't bring these up here for show. Luke thought I was teasing him all along. He'd been begging me for, I think as soon as he got to be a senior, he said, Coach, you're going to give us our blue jerseys, right? I said, yes, Luke, I'm going to give you your blue. I held it over his head for a while, but I didn't bring them for show. Those are yours to keep, along with your plaque there, all your stuff. Appreciate you guys so much. To all of you who are coming back with us, players and parents, cannot wait for next year. Of course, you know we're getting started every day in fourth block. We got to go make our dreams a reality, earn that in the weight room and on the practice field. I thank all of you all for coming out tonight. I appreciate so much everybody in this room, everybody a part of this football program, parents, stakeholders, administration, assistant coaches. Thank you so much. Go GP. Drive safe. We'll see y'all next year. Boys.